Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I am the Pixel Voyager, and today we are blasting off into episode 23 of our modded Terraria series. And I have things to talk about. Earlier today, I went and was doing a little bit of farming off camera, just trying to get some things ready for what we want to do today. And I have learned some things. First things first, I went over to the underground and collected a good number of the Souls of Light, 31 of them. Useful in a large number of crafting recipes, but for right now, they are going to be useful for one specific bit of crafting. And I can use it to craft hallowed keys, they're called. Well, I should be able to. It's this stupid crafting interface again. I have to back out of here. I have to put the Souls of Light back in the box, and then I have to come back to this box. It's a nightmare, folks. I'll get the hang of it one of these days. Keys? Okay. Maybe it's called something different. Key of Light. There we go. So, I can use 15 of these to craft Key of Light, so I have exactly enough souls to craft 2 of these keys. And I can place these in a chest, and it will turn into a hallowed mimic. You saw those mimics murder me terribly last episode, a couple of them. But if I can kill them, they drop some really sweet loot. And if I can get them on the surface here, if I can get them in kind of an arena setup where I can manage them, where I can handle them, then I can actually take them on fairly easily. So all I need are a couple of chests. Apparently, I have several of them in storage already. So that makes things a little easier. And I can go set up for a fight to get some nice upgrades. Alright, but before we get into any of the hallowed mimic stuff, I have a couple of quick upgrades. I went out to the ocean and I collected the remaining little jellies here. The mana jelly, the life jelly. And I have a green one, too, but I don't know where it is right now, and I don't remember what it's called. But I'll track that down, and we are going to take those 3 jellies, and we are going to fuse them into, I think it was called the Grand Gel. Yeah, the Grand Gelatin, excuse me. It gives me a good bit of movement speed, mana regen, stuff like that. And I think that's what I want to use instead of this Ocean Heart. Or Ocean Crest, because the Ocean Crest is going to be very useful. I'm going to keep that nearby and handy, because I will need that for exploring a few things in the ocean. In the meantime, while I was farming that gel, I found some new materials in the ocean biome, specifically this abyssal chitin, which looks like it could craft into some interesting things for us. We can just drop it in right here. And it's got a few summon weapons and ranged weapons and all of that. Some decent armor, but not quite as good as what we got. So I've already outpaced that. But a Seafoam Scepter looks like it could be interesting. Oh, it's going to be a terrible night and a blood moon is rising. Okay. Well, all of my plans have now gone out the window. I need to run very quickly. It's going to be a terrible night means one of the bosses, one of the hard mode bosses is going to spawn. Honestly, I don't recall which one. It's not important. I was not prepared for this. But there's always a chance that that this can happen when you first get into hard mode. The fact that it is occurring at the same time as a blood moon is outrageously unfortunate. But we're going to do the best we can with what we got. Honestly, there is a chance I could win this fight. I think this is going to be maybe Skeletron Prime or the Destroyer. I don't know. We'll find out what boss we're gonna wind up pitted against pretty quick. But unexpected boss fight to get right into the new episode here. So at least it will be exciting. Luckily they gave me just enough time to get. Oh, what is that? What is all of this? Oh my God! It's a meteor, like a corrupted meteor. I apparently have not gone this direction at all since hard mode, and it is right outside. Oh, it's the twins. Of all of the bosses, this is the worst one it could have been. This is going to go very poorly for me. I do not want to fight the twins. The twins would require a good bit of setup. You can see if you look very, very carefully at the very, very small numbers down below, they have approximately 34,000 health, which is, well, I don't know the numbers of the wall flesh, but significantly stronger than anything else we've fought. And I mean significantly. So we're going to do our best. We're just going to see. This will be a nice little benchmark for where we are. And apparently where we are is very inaccurate town right now. Can't hit anything. They're very fast moving. There's two of them. You may notice they resemble the Eye of Cthulhu. All of the, what they call mechanical bosses, are designed after the original three bosses, or the main three bosses that we fought in the pre-hard mode phase of the game. And yeah. Yeah, 30,000 HP on that one. And I can't actually hover over him. 34,000 HP on that one. So, yeah, these guys are going to be serious. They are going to be a problem. They're going to be something that we deal with, but eventually. So, yeah, now I am dead. Not unexpected at all. That deals with one problem. Now I just have to worry about this blood moon. 420 health. How do I have 420 health? Oh, it's the jelly. The grand jelly. Yeah, there are some nasty new things that'll spawn during this blood moon at night. But one thing at a time. We'll deal with it as best we can. I am going to buff because some of the things that will spawn are going to be very, very bad for us. But it might, like most blood moons, I probably won't really show you a lot of this because it's just kind of running back and forth in place and just kind of dealing with things as they come up. Now that we are heading into daytime, a couple of things. I'm still looking to get over here to something of an arena and start dealing with these hallowed mimics. But I also need to check out whatever is going on with this meteor. I don't know what this is, but there are some wicked trees. Look at those things. Can I chop that down, please? I want lots of that. That's probably going to look really nice. Astral monolith. So this is like an astral meteor or something. That it looks very much like an altar. I will probably not want to summon whatever that does. And of course it's got some baddies. That looks like probably still just the regular meteorite that has been hanging out there. They hit hard. Everything here hits hard. Everything here is a bad time. Kill it all. So, hallowed mimics, they're going to be one of my easiest sources of upgrades, assuming I don't die. So, let's get this set up. All I need to do is put down one of these chests, and then we are just going to take one of these keys and put it in the chest. And there you see we have our hallowed mimic, and he is fast, he is deadly, and he is going to be a right nuisance. Yeah, so he can kind of jump after me, come after me through blocks, things like that. But as long as I can kind of keep on top of his movement, I should be okay. I do have quite a bit of practice fighting these things. They are very common. I will probably have to kill several of them, more than what I have the gear to craft up right now, at least. Yeah, so you can see, underground, they are quite deadly because, well, you just don't have room to get out of the way. But up here, where you can kind of spawn them yourself in these controlled conditions, this is pretty easy. This is pretty straightforward. We can deal with this. Let's say, haven't taken a hit yet, and I do have a couple of stray hits I can kind of accommodate. Ooh, took one stray shot, but I can still heal if I need to. And he's almost dead, especially if we're going to keep him just on this top platform. Ooh. That little double hop. I say I shouldn't have a problem, and I did not. Okay. What did we get from that? We got a flying knife. That is melee damage. Gotcha. Okay. Got some upgraded healing potions. That is very good to see, too. Eventually, I will need to start transitioning more into those. But yeah, You know, okay. Alright, there's Mimic number 2. Just tried out the Anurian for a little bit just to see how it did. And a Crystal Vial Shard. Look at that. It is a new magic weapon. It is a kind of a utilitarian magic weapon. It just shoots the shard out. And the biggest advantage is it will hit through walls. And apparently our witch doctor died. Our witch doctor was hanging out way over here. He'll be back at some point. Right now, I think all I really want to worry about is killing the bosses. The Borean Strider is going to be our first effort. And I need... What were those things called? I had the items that would summon rain, which I'm hoping will also summon a blizzard, which will also make this guy easy to find. So if I can do that, then we'll be set. That's what I'm looking for. Torrential Tear. Couldn't remember what it was called, so I had to give it the old manual search. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and pop that. If I need any water leaf, it looks like that'll be easy to manage. But we'll be in the ice biome for a little bit, and I'll let you know if I run across anything. Well, let me pull up my list real here. Let's check him out. Oh, there we go. I was just going to look at his spawn conditions, but that works itself out just fine. So this is the Borean Strider. I guess at this point it would be appropriate to pop a buff. Don't know what his tricks are. He has 15,000 HP. That is a much more manageable number. Let's try this Frost Staff out on him. You know, I wouldn't have guessed it, but he is not immune to the Frostburn debuff, which is just a nice little damage over time effect. Think of it like icy poison. And so far this isn't bad. Little shock waves that come along the ground here. But yeah, it's just kind of hopping back and forth. Don't get hit. Will he have a second stage? I bet he will. This icy shell on his back is starting to crack and break. I bet once it breaks open, things are going to get a lot more hectic for us. 19 damage from those icy spikes. Yeah, this guy is pretty tame, really. Alright, now let's see if things go crazy. Alright, well those explosions do a good bit more damage, so that's going to be something to look for. Alright, let's get a little bit of easy area damage, piercing. Yeah, now we're talking. Let's go ahead and pop a heal potion. Actually, for these guys, let's let our Anurian do some work here. There we go. Now that they're taken care of, back to, I guess we'll just call this old reliable, because that's exactly what it is. He is starting to fire very quickly, very erratically now, summoning more of these things as we go, but I think we're going to be okay. I got plenty of health left. I am slowed. That's not too surprising from an icy enemy. Alright, Strider down. The spider nests in my world, Russell, well, they're already terrifying enough. So, ew. Looks like I do want some Ilium essence while I'm here. Strider's Tear. That's probably from the Boreal Strider himself, though. Attracts the attention of a frost. Oh, it's a summon for the boss. Well, let's open this treasure bag. A Cryofang throwing damage, and a Freeze Ray, and a Strider Hide. Okay. But in any case, I am very pleased with that fight. That went quite well. So I am going to move on to the next option here. I believe it will be another icy boss. Cryogen. So yeah, spawn info, if I can do this. Use the snow key in the biome. I need light souls, I need that ilium, and I need some iron bars, or ice blocks, I guess. Nothing too difficult to collect. The souls will take me a little bit of time, but not too long. I have a nice cheesy trick. You saw I had 30 of them farmed up. Usually what I do for that, the easiest way to handle it is to just go ahead and craft up, or I guess in this case purchase, some king slime summons, and go deep underground into the biomes where I can collect those souls and summon the king slime, because at this point that is a boss I can take down with no issues at all, very quickly, very easily. But he summons a lot of also very unthreatening blue slimes. And anything at all I kill within an underground hallow or underground corruption is going to drop those souls. So by spawning a bunch of really, really weak mobs, you collect a lot of them very quickly. They say, I think I fought him 3 times and got those 30 souls. So that's all pretty straightforward, and we'll take care of that. I am hanging out. I do want to see if old Strider here will summon once again. I do actually have 2 of his summon items. But if I don't have to use those, I won't. And I'm just farming up those essences anyways. Because while he was pretty easy, who knows if Cryogen will be the same. Well, good news, bad news. I got my wizard here. He is free. He will come see me. Bad news is, well, he's dead because this earth elemental is coming at us. Let's give myself a little bit of an advantage. Although we learned our lesson last time that we shouldn't let ourselves get cornered like that. Right, so far, this is going okay. No. Got him to 42% though, so I mean, that's not bad. It's mostly going to be about getting one of these guys to spawn somewhere a little bit more manageable. Hey, look at that. My wizard has just arrived, so there are a few things I know I want from him right away. A lot of interesting things here. I don't know what some of them do. Howl's Heart. Aw, isn't that cute? Howl's Moving Castle reference. Howl to fight, Cows for the light, and Turnip Head to follow. 12 gold. Nah, not for 12 gold right now. I know I want a crystal ball, and I know I want probably a couple of spell tomes. A couple of specific things that I'm looking for out of those spell tomes. Actually, I don't think we've talked about it yet, but remember that blessed apple from last episode? Yeah, this is the unicorn. It runs very, very fast over land. Unfortunately, this is not the best terrain to show it off in, but great for navigating the world. It doesn't fly, or prohibits my ability to fly, but it does have a nice little double jump that can handle most traversal these days. So, yeah, I really love this mount. It's one of my favorites from the base game. But we're going to get right to it. Unfortunately, this place, the underground corruption is a good bit more dangerous than the, as you can already see, a good bit more dangerous than the underground hallow. That's why I had all those souls of light and only the 1 soul of night. But we're going to do what we have to do. Unfortunately, it's another hag, and I hate these things. But her damage is nowhere near what it used to be. She was hitting me for like 100 pre-hard mode. Well, there's a 64, so I guess that's something. Ugh. How is this still a thing? How am I still getting dart trapped so aggressively? Both of those pressure plates, please. I'm very lucky I didn't just die. Poor Jack here's probably going to get bodied pretty quick. Damage. Luckily, it doesn't look like he's got anything good for us. The marrow is actually not too shabby, but we're not playing ranged at this point, are we? Ugh. I am not having fun. Well, turns out there is no underground corruption underneath my normal corruption area, which I guess kind of makes sense. I need to find the new generation, which kind of starts from the bottom of the world and works its way up. So I'm going to do it that way. I'm going to come down to the bottom, and I'm going to follow my bridge. And I'm going to see where that bridge has turned into corruption, and that's going to give me my indication of where I can farm. Because I can actually do all the farming right down here. I just need to figure out where the corruption is, and it's right here. So this counts because, well, this may count if there are enough stone blocks around. If I start seeing corruption spawns, I know I'm good. But yeah, this is what I'm looking for. This stone has been converted red, so everything above it will be converted red too. And from there, I can get these corruption spawns. I can get these souls of night. But these are some of the main guys I'm worried about. They are very, very dangerous. They hit very hard. They shoot from a long way away. Everything in the corruption is incredibly dangerous for us. On top of the high damage, they also give me this Ichor debuff, which decreases my defense, which just makes it all that much worse. But if I can handle it, I can craft that golden shower. That's why I want to target it. You may have noticed the damage was quite low, and it is to some extent, but really what I'm looking to do with it is inflict that Ichor debuff, and it gives me a lot more damage output just because of that reduced defense. So we're going to hang out down here, we're going to farm up a bit, and hope that we get some... Oh, run away from that. Hope that we get some of the drops that we need. But good morning, all. I am heading off to the snow biome. Luckily, very close to my house, very easy to access. I'm going to pick up that one essence of Helium. But I have 2 cryo keys here, and I'm going to give one a shot just to see what happens, and then we'll try the other one maybe with some upgrades and arenas. So, I'm going to go ahead and take care of business there. We're going to... Oh. Oh no, my crystal ball got deposited. Okay, well, no big deal. We're going to buff up. We're going to cryo key, and we're going to start shooting at this guy. So far, pretty straightforward. Looks like I have to break through that shield before I can start to damage the boss himself. But this isn't too bad. Just dodge some radial spikes. Okay. He will regen that... Okay, dodge a lot of spikes from a lot of sources. Looks like he'll resummon his shield. The shield is pretty easy to take down, and then we just crack on with hitting him. Yeah, I did go ahead and use a few of my precious blood orbs to craft specifically a warmth potion. Because being called Cryogen, I suspect he would inflict a lot of icy debuffs. Oh, I knew it. But yeah, the warmth potions I'm feeling like will probably make this fight a lot easier. I'll need to look into how to craft those with regular ingredients. I'll probably have to fish for it if I had to guess. Because none of my regular ingredients gave me the option. Let's take that away too. I need to be mindful of that for you guys. But very slow progress on this guy, which is unfortunate to see. I'm at about half health. He's at 81%. I'm going to try this Anurian for a little bit just to see if the homing damage might do a little bit more for us. Sorta. He's a little too mobile for that. Once they catch up to him, they do okay, but we're just going to mess around with a few weapons and see if I find anything that I like, anything that sticks. Yeah, as far as survival goes, he's really not that bad. So just to be mindful, this may be another one of those bosses that I would do well to fight at night. I would also love to find a weapon with some homing tendencies that tracked a little better than the Anurian does. Because trying to dodge and trying to keep in my eye on everything else that's going on, my accuracy does suffer a bit. And once I start trying to aim, then I take a lot of damage just like that. So, yeah, but a little bit of platforming over the top here probably going to be very helpful. So, that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and get some wood together, and we'll deal with that. Alright, nothing too fancy going on with this one. Just a long wooden platform, and a little bit of platforming here just to make the running back and forth a little bit smoother. I'll probably do that right here too. Just don't want to fall into any gaps and get stuck. The only issue I'm going to have with this is I have to be very careful about vertical space. If that starts counting as forest, then the boss may not be happy with it. I may enrage, but anyways, we're just going to go with it. We're going to see how this works for us, if that gives us any extra benefit. If not, I've got heart lanterns, things like that I can go back and add, and yeah, you know. We're just keeping it casual today. We're just trying things out, seeing what sticks. Alright, let's go. Yeah, so far so good. Just got to take the occasional little hop over his bursts. I'll have to be mindful. It looks like he is laying some mines down. And other than that, it's just going to be a matter of kind of hanging out for the long grind. Oh. Yeah, definitely don't want to touch him, though. That deals some damage. Let's try this out. If I can lead him just right, see if those froggies can get on him. Yeah, I still don't think that's going to be the one. That's not going to be the winner. That's Magic Dagger, on the other hand. If he's going to stay in my face, that could work. Yeah, even just a little bit of homing on this guy would be very, very nice for us. But we're still working him over okay. I wonder if this might not do a little better. Well, the projectiles are slower, which doesn't help. Oh, okay. Caught some of the mines there. The problem I'm going to have with this is at some point my, oh god. At some point my potions are going to wear off. Because this is taking quite some time. Yeah, after some analysis and some back and forth, I think the Frost Staff is definitely the way to go. I just need to be more accurate. Or get good patterns like this. I can lay some decent damage on him at this rate. Once he spawns out some of his little helpers, I'm going to switch over to the Anurian. I've got another potion ready. I actually like this pattern a little better. This is a little easier to read. And actually, I hadn't even thought about trying out this weapon. think it's going to make much of a difference, though, because I think this fight is about over. One, maybe two more hits. Yeah, that's about it. Okay. Well, that's a pretty fancy fight and a pretty fun fight. So I guess that's going to be a good target for me. It is next on the list, so that's definitely where I should be. It's just going to be a matter of maybe getting a little bit of extra damage. Because I can stay alive for a while, but it just takes me a little while to actually get the kill. So in the meantime, I think this is going to do it for episode 23. This was not my best episode as far as progress goes. A lot of very just unfortuitous deaths. But you know, we got some things done. I got a cool new weapon. I did get some crafting out of it. I got my wizard, so not a total loss. And of course, the one check in the list here. Actually, maybe two checks, if that. No, the earthen golem isn't listed on here. Shame. But in any case, yeah, just kind of call it here, and I'll be back with you in a couple of days for episode 24 and for some more fun and excitement. Anyways, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you did, feel free to leave me a like. If you want to say anything to me in particular, feel free to leave a comment. And of course, if you want to catch more of my content going forward, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. Everybody have a good day, and we'll catch you in the next one.